And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Somebody tell me why I should care. Why do I want to listen? Why do I want to pay attention? What's in it for me? I'm a 1980s person. The old Whipple principle. Hi there, Phil Zeller, Effective Communication. So glad you're with us today. You've been there before, a presentation. You're sitting in the presentation, you're in the audience, and the speaker is going to be introduced. And the person goes up to the podium or has the microphone, and they start to read their Vita, or they read their resume, or they read their bio, whatever it may be, but it goes on and on and on and on. And you're like, come on already, bring the person out. We want to hear what they got to say, right? Have you been in that situation? Have you ever been that person who had to introduce the speaker? And you're like, well, what do I say? What do I do? What do I share with them? What can I do to be successful, to help this speaker, to help the audience, right? Well, that's what we want to do. This is effective communication. We're always giving you tips and ways to make your life more effective when it comes to communication with other people. So if you have the honor and the privilege to introduce another person speaking, so maybe it's at a meeting, maybe it's at a club event, maybe it's at a conference, wherever it may be, if you ever get the honor to introduce another person, that's a really cool thing. You should be proud of yourself for getting the honor to introduce somebody. It means you're also important, which is pretty cool. So today I'm going to share with you a simple way to do this. If you ever have to introduce anybody, because you don't want the people in your audience thinking their own thoughts when you're reading their Vita or their resume or their bio and saying, well, they might say something good like, hey, this guy sounds like he's going to be awesome today. Or they might say, hey, this guy did what? Who is this guy? What is he talking about? What? Or the worst one ever is, so what? Who cares? Who cares about who you brought here to present? That would be the worst, right? So you want to set your speaker up for success, and you want to introduce them. You want to start with a simple acronym here, TIQS. Think of it as ticks without the C, the K, right? It's TIQS, TIQS. The T reminds you to start with the title or the topic of what the presentation is going to be about. It's got to have a title. It's got to be the topic. What are we all here for today? And whatever the topic is, make sure the topic is relevant to the situation in which the audience is there. And if you're introducing them, you probably know the audience. So make sure that you know that the topic is the right topic for the audience. And so meet with the speaker beforehand and say, what are you going to be talking about? And make sure that the topic relates to the audience in terms. So they may have their presentation all set to go, but you may want to add to the topic to make it better understood by the audience because you know the audience better. But make sure you start with the title or the topic of the presentation. The next thing you want to hit is the importance. The importance to the audience, not the importance to the speaker, the importance to the audience. They're the ones that are going to sit and listen. They're the ones that are going to decide if this was of value or not. So share with them why what this speaker's topic is going to be is important to them. How's it going to help them put them in a better position? What will they gain? What will they take away? What knowledge will they get? And how will this help them? So make sure once you've covered the topic, then the importance. Next thing we want to do is get into the qualifications of the speaker. So today we're honored and privileged to have a speaker that has earned the right through years of study, years of experience. They have multiple degrees. They've worked in industry. They've worked in business. They've worked around the world. They've worked with world leaders. They've done all these great things. So talk about the qualifications about the person. Again, you're building up anticipation. Who is this person? Who is this person? If you notice so far, I've never even said the name of the speaker. I didn't say the name of the speaker. I started with the title, the importance, and the qualifications of the speaker, and I haven't even given the name yet. Why am I setting it up this way? Because I'm setting it up this way to build anticipation and actually respect for the speaker who's going to be coming up. And then lastly, I announce the speaker's name. Make sure you get the speaker's name. Sometimes the speaker may go by a shortened name or a different name. Make sure you get the speaker beforehand. Make sure you know how to pronounce the speaker's name. You've seen this so much in the news recently where people are introducing people and they didn't even know their name. Get the name. So next time you're going to introduce somebody, remember this simple formula: title, importance, qualification, speaker name. If you do this, you are going to set that speaker up for success, and you're going to create anticipation in your audience of what's to come, and it's going to make everything run smooth from the get-go. And you're not going to put anybody to sleep. How cool is that? So again, introduce people with enthusiasm and make it happen, and you will set them up for success. Now go make it happen.